What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my podcast. It's just different with Ty, where I talk about sports, social, political issues, you name everything under the sun. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Also, hit the notification bell so you can get updated on the latest newest videos. And if you want to come on here and have a debate with me, I may entertain it, depending what it is, but you better know what you're talking about. I ain't gonna play no games with you, all right? So let's get right into it. And this is a definitely important topic that I wanted to talk about. You guys give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. Let's get into it.
Welcome to It's Just Different with your host, Ty.
All right. So today's topic is, should Black athletes use their platform to talk about social justice issues? I had to think about that a few times. My first response was absolutely not. And I know it sounds like a lot, but it sounds like I'm crazy. But this is how I looked at it at first, right? At first. Me as a Black person, right? I've watched some Black athletes try to talk about, social justice issues. And I've always felt, for some reason, I said, first of all, why does the media, right? Predominantly white, why does the media only go to our athletes, only go to our entertainers to talk about the inequalities and different things that Black people go to? And any other ethnicity, I do not see that. I do not see, the media going to Asian athletes. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it's just that I don't really see it. And it's probably not as much as they go and talk to Black athletes. So I don't see it with Asian athletes, with Hispanic athletes, so that was just me. And I just felt that there were other more established Black people that could talk about the struggles and the inequalities and the oppression of Black people in this country, worldwide for that matter, but we're talking about the United States of America. So I was against that. I felt you need to have a grassroots activist, a revolutionary, someone that's really in the field that can do that, that's been doing the work. And, and especially, and it's just me, again, people can agree to disagree. When you see some of the Black athletes that are, whether they're still active or for the most part, retired, and you see them on certain networks. We know who they are. I'm not going to say their names. I'm not going to get into it, but you know who they are. I just say they work, asking them certain questions about social justice issues. I've even heard certain past Black athletes, especially some that retired from playing basketball. I've heard them basically say that Black people need to just get over it, get over slavery or get over different other things. Interestingly enough, they've never said that when it came to what the European Jewish people went through during the Holocaust. See, they know better to say that because they know they probably be without a job, they're gonna lose endorsements, lose money, and et cetera, et cetera. But that's a whole nother conversation for another day. So I was a little leery about having Black athletes be the voice for the Black people, for the struggle. I was against it for those reasons. And it had nothing to do with, well, since you're making millions, you can't. No. It was just for those reasons in particular. I felt that they only asked Black athletes who might not have grew up in that, grassroots activism, and they might not know all the angles and just how intricate it could be, when you're dealing with systemic racism and other different things. So that was my thing. Then I had to stop and think about it for a second. I thought to myself, I said, okay, let me look at past Black athletes. Of course, Muhammad Ali, people's champ. We love, a lot of people love and they have him as the GOAT, the greatest boxer of all time. And not only they talk about the things he did in the ring, but outside of the ring, about speaking up, talking about why he doesn't want to go into the draft, and talking about the struggles of Black America at that time, which still goes on now. And he just became the people's champ for that. And you have the, Jim Brown and, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and all these other great athletes, and even athletes that might not have been as great as those guys, but they were still in the field and still speaking up and bringing attention, because one thing I don't want to do is, I had to look at it too from this perspective. Michael Jordan is my favorite player of all time, right? Favorite basketball player of all time. And I said that in numerous of videos, and that's not going to change. But yet, when I think about LeBron James and the things that he has done for the community and how he speaks up and talk about police brutality and talk about, all these different things that Black people have to go through that isn't fair. And I just say, wow, this is truly the people's, another one, he's truly the people's champ, and to me that gives him, and seeing someone that looks like you and in that position, because again, there are a lot of Black athletes that feel like by talking up and talking about certain topics, they feel like that might mess up their pocket. So they're going to shy away from that, right? They're not going to talk about that. But to see someone like LeBron James of his stature publicly, no holds bar, talk about, hey, this is what it is. This is what it's like being Black in America. Even me with the $1 billion that I got, I'm still not, exempt. I still see it too. And what I don't want to do is, when you have a Black athlete that is willing and wants to talk about systemic racism, you don't want to shun that off, right? For me, I don't want to tell that person to shut up and play basketball, right? Shut up and dribble, right? I don't want to do that. And I'm not doing that. And even if they might not be historically accurate or correct or knowledgeable on certain things, like a Dr. Umar Johnson, like a Dr. Claude Anderson, like a Professor Smalls, like a H. Rap Brown, even if they are not, like I said, knowledgeable on those topics, just the fact that someone at that stature, LeBron James has probably 100 million followers on social media. So LeBron James may be able to impact and grasp more people attention than a Dr. Umar Johnson or Dr. Claude Anderson can ever can, because of the platform that he has. And there are probably some people in different countries that think everything is all good now since slavery ended and since Black people are able to vote. There ain't no more racism, there ain't no more social justice, there ain't no more, if you're talking about gentrification and redlining and all those different things that's still going on, and putting Black people in the we again, I can go on and on with that. There are some people in the world that still think that it's all good now, in America, and Black people got it easy, or not easy, but it's fair and it's equal opportunities. And that's just not the case at all. So I appreciate and I welcome and I thank Black athletes for speaking up and talking about these serious issues that continues to go on years after years, decades, centuries after centuries. And again, I at first I said, nah, given those issues, and then I had to sit back and process and think about it and say, okay, you know what? No, Black athletes could definitely do more good, by speaking up, which I think all of them, than just keeping quiet, on that topic. So that's just how I feel. That's just what I think. You guys can let me know what you think. Leave in the comment section. Again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's Just Different with Ty. Again, hit the notification bell and see you guys on the next podcast. Peace and love.